Welcome to Echoes of the Past, where history isn't just old, it's oddly fascinating.
From forgotten facts to bizarre backstories, we dig into the dusty corners of time,
So
so
you
you
don't
don't
have
have to.
to. I'm Jody Lynn, your amateur historian and full-time trivia hoarder.
And I'm my friend here for the facts and the fun.
So let's rewind the clock and press play on the past. But before we begin, we just want to take a moment to say thank you. Hitting our 20th episode is something we couldn't have imagined when we first started the show, and it's all because of you, our listeners, our supporters, and the people who come back week after week to explore these strange, dark, and fascinating corners of history with us. Every download, every share, every message you send keeps us going, and we can't thank you enough for being part of this journey. Echoes of the Past has grown into something more than we ever expected, and it's only the beginning. So here's the 20 episodes behind us, and to many more stories, legends, and mysteries ahead. Thank you for being here with us. Do you have anything you want to say?
Nope.
All right, let's get started. We're going into something a little bit easier this week, or today, because of, the dark, horribly ghastly things we've been going into lately. We wanted to go into something a little bit more fun. And then following this episode, we go right back to the dark stuff. So hang in there. Urban legends used to spread around campfires, whispered in the dark by someone who always knew a friend of a friend who swore it was true. But in the digital age, the glow of the screen replaced the fire. Consoles, PCs, and arcade cabinets became new breeding grounds for myths, strange stories that blurred the line between coded pixels and unsettling realities. Video games didn't just borrow from folklore, they created their own legends. Some were harmless cheats and glitches, while others spiraled into conspiracies about death, government experiments, and haunted games that left players shaken long after they put the controller down. In this episode, we'll explore the world of video game urban legends, the games born from myths, the titles that spawned terrifying stories of their own, and the conspiracies that turned digital entertainment into something much, much darker.
Some developers intentionally leaned into myth making, creating games that felt like urban legends come to life. With Slender the Eight Pages from 2012, this indie horror game brought the internet-born Slender Man into interactive form. Originating from a creepypasta forum in 2009, Slender Man was depicted as a faceless, elongated figure haunting forests and stalking children. This game became built with minimal graphics and an eerie sound design, amplified that myth by putting players directly into his hunting ground. The game simply fueled its viral nature, sparking countless YouTube reaction videos, spawning sequels, and cementing Slenderman as one of the first major internet-era legends to break into the mainstream gaming. Five Nights at Freddy's in 2014. While not directly based on existing legend, this indie series crafted its own. The idea of haunted animatronics, a children's pizza parlor considering masking sinister spirits, felt eerily plausible. FNAF created a mythology so dense that entire communities built careers decoding hidden lore. The franchise blurred fiction and reality through ARG elements, hidden messages in code, and obscure hints planted by creator Scott Cawthon. Fans debated the truth of Freddy Fazbear's past like conspiracy theorists debating classified files.
Okay, I want to ask you about this one because you know more about the Five Nights at Freddy's one.
Yep.
Is it really honestly that deep? Or is it just, hey, we came up with this game and y'all are going way too deep into this?
There's some things that are people dig too far into that I think is kind of silly. But like the overarching plot between every game and including like the books too, it's a lot of stuff you really got to look for.
Gotcha.
Like some of the Easter eggs in some of the games, like I don't know how they figure it out. Like in FNAF 3 on the wall, it's like a keypad, but it's not really a keypad, it's just the tiles of the wall. And you put in a certain number code and you play a mini game that relates to the story. I don't know how someone figured that out.
All right.
Or some of the other shit people just pull out of their ass to come up with stuff and how they figure it out.
Do you think that sometimes people who are trying to figure out these Easter eggs are going into the coding itself to find them?
Without a doubt. People do it with any video game. They'll look into the code and see what else they can find.
And then going back to the Slenderman one, I thought that came from The Onion. The old creepy, kind of similar to creepypasta, but the old forum called The Onion something. I thought it came from that. So anytime anybody ever says it comes from creepypasta, I'm like, sure.
Yeah, it's creepypasta. I remember.
That game scared the shit out of me when it first came out, but I get way into video games, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Slender Man started out as a picture in an art contest, and people liked it a whole lot. And they made video games, their own creepypasta stories, video games, obviously. And then on YouTube, there's a series by the Marble Hornets where it's like this guy who's being stalked by the Slender Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's old, but it's pretty good. I've seen quite a bit of the episodes. I haven't finished it,
Okay.
and it's kind of aged, not poorly, but it's not great.
They did make a new Slenderman game that recently came out because Fooster was playing it the other day and it looked really good.
Yeah, and then there was those two teens who stabbed their friend.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, because they didn't go and touch grass. I remember when that happened, and then my mom asked me if I knew about Slender Man because of the two teens who stabbed their friend. I go, no, I knew about that before they even tried it.
Yeah, they wanted to go live with Slenderman, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And then, what else was there?
Wasn't there another murder or something that came from the Slenderman stories?
No.
I feel like there was more than one.
The movie that was horrible.
That's what I heard. I haven't watched it.
I've never watched it, but I just know that it's not good.
All right. Well, what's the next one?
Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Not as mainstream, but deeply influential, this GameCube horror game used sanity effects to break the player's trust in the game itself. The screen would fake technical errors, muting the TV, pretending to delete save files, or claiming the controller had been disconnected. It weaponized the player's fear of technology failing, merging the real world and the game world in ways that felt like an urban legend come to life.
Is that the same one that I've been seeing a lot, where it takes a screenshot and you actually have to go in your files to find it?
No.
There's one that came out recently that's doing the exact same thing, and it'll act like it's blue screening your computer, or like your computer's blue screening. It'll do all of the same things, and it'll take a screenshot where it'll act like you did it, depending on what you're playing on. And if you go into your actual screenshots folder, it'll be there, and it'll be them taking a picture of you in the game.
No, well, like this one says, it says GameCube from 2002.
Hey, people integrate old games into PC all the time.
Yeah, but I don't think it ever did that, because I don't think you could take screenshots on the GameCube.
Could you not?
No.
I don't know why, but I thought you could.
Or is it? No.
Okay.
People played GameCube to play fucking Crazy Taxi and Super Smash Bros.
That is true.
Games based on specific urban legends. Bigfoot. Any game with Bigfoot in it. In GTA San Andreas, people were convinced that Bigfoot was in the game.
Mm-hmm, the Sasquatch.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's there. You go out into the Redwood Forest and you'll find Sasquatch out there and blah, blah, blah. And
of course, you have the actual Bigfoot game, which is literally, it's a multiplayer one where your friend can play as Bigfoot and you play as the hunters. And you can swap back and forth. And that is so funny to watch people play.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you have it right there. San Andreas Sasquatch.
Yep.
Then, like in Red Dead Redemption, the first one, the Undead Nightmare DLC, you actually find Bigfoot. You have to kill a bunch of them for DLC or for one of the side missions.
Okay.
And then GTA 5, there was someone dressed up as Sasquatch, but it wasn't actually Sasquatch.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And
the girl on the mountain. If you go at a certain time, her built-in urban legend.
Yeah. There's a lot of ones that come out of GTA San Andreas. There's Leatherface, which doesn't make sense because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in Texas, not Southern California.
Yeah. I always thought that was funny.
There was a haunted cars, and the cars that would just drive themselves. There was quite a other few ones that came out of San Andreas.
I feel like they just got really bored and just started adding shit into it.
Yeah. Well, it starts out with people like claiming they hear certain things in the game that aren't actually there, and then they put it on the internet, and then it explodes, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's real! It's real! I swear, I've seen it," even though they haven't seen anything. Sonic.exe, a popular creepypasta and urban legend based on Sonic the Hedgehog.
I feel like I've heard of that one. I just don't know what it is.
So for this one, it's one of the older Sonic games where you're playing as Tails, in the green hill zone, and then you're just running on a straight path. And then as you progress, it gets more demonic, air quotes demonic. And then at some point Sonic shows up, but instead of he has like black and red pupils and blood coming out of his eyes, and he catches you, and he says the game says some shit.
Sounds terrifying.
I guess. And there's plenty of fan games too that more like expand on it, I guess.
Okay.
Games featuring folklore and mythical creatures. Until Dawn, survival horror game featuring folklore creatures and events in a mountain lodge setting. It has the Wendigos in it.
That's what I thought.
As like the antagonist.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3. This game is renowned for its use of Slavic mythology, featuring many monsters and legends from folklore. I've never played the Witcher game, so I don't know.
I haven't either. I've got it. I just haven't played it.
Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. While not directly an urban legend, the game features mythological creatures in a fantasy setting.
Vampire.
For that one, Legend of Zelda. Like, I think it's Majora's Mask. Well, there's a story or an urban legend. It's a creepypasta story.
So I think I might actually go through that later. I remember writing it.
Yeah, the Ben Drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short, someone buys a game of Majora's Mask for the N64, and it's supposedly haunted by the dude who had it before. Vampire. Game set during the Spanish flu pandemic that incorporates vampires into the narrative based on classic vampire lore. These games weren't just horror stories. They tapped into something deeper. They reminded players that urban legends thrive while they feel possible.
All right. So if games can be built from legends, the reverse is also true. Some games birthed myths so powerful that they took on lives of their own. The first one we're going to go over is the Pokemon and Lavender Town Syndrome from '96, and perhaps the most infamous urban legend in gaming. Lavender Town's soundtrack in the original Japanese release was a haunting, high-pitched melody that unsettled children. Rumors spread that the tones caused dizziness, headaches, and even suicides among young players. Though completely unfounded, the myth was believed because of the eerie design of Lavender Town and the unsettling ghost Pokemon theme. The story spread across forums and creepypasta sites, turning a simple, unsettling soundtrack into one of gaming's darkest legends. Then you have Polybius from 1981, possibly. No list of gaming myths is complete without Polybius, the so-called haunted arcade cabinet. Stories claim that in the early 1980s, an arcade machine appeared in Portland, Oregon, causing amnesia, nightmares, and psychological distress in players. Men in Black were said to collect data from the machines, fueling theories that it was part of a CIA or MK Ultra experiment. No hard evidence exists, but the legend persists, feeding conspiracy culture and even inspiring fan-made recreations of the mysterious game. Then, like he was talking, Ben Drowned in 2010. This urban legend began as a creepypasta about a haunted copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, best Legend of Zelda game. The story was told through blog posts and YouTube videos where a player claimed their cartridge contained a spirit named Ben. The game behaved strangely, characters repeating disturbing phrases, music distorting, and the protagonist appearing in impossible places. The mix of multimedia and first-person narrative made it feel real, setting the standard for modern haunted game myths. Then you have the Madden Curse from 1999 to present. Not all gaming legends are horror-driven. The Madden Curse refers to the belief that NFL players featured on the cover of the Madden NFL series often suffer injuries or dramatic declines in performance soon after. While purely coincidental, the pattern became strong enough to scare athletes and fans alike, turning a sports game cover into a cursed object. Then there are also some in-game phenomena and characters, like Herobrine from Minecraft, which is the legend of Herobrine, and it's a myth that a specific entity, an altered version of the player's avatar, would appear in players' single-player worlds. Shang Long from Street Fighter II. This legend was an elaborate hoax designed to tease players into believing there was a secret hidden character in the original Street Fighter II. Then you have Diablo's secret cow level. We'll get a little bit more into this later. In the game Diablo, players believed in a secret cow level accessible through a specific ritual. Saving Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. The supposed fate of Aerith, a beloved character in Final Fantasy VII, is a well-known tragic story within the game's lore that has become a legendary element for players. And then Michael Jackson and Sonic 3. An urban legend suggests Michael Jackson was involved in the development of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and a hidden code within the game would allow players to access levels from a canceled project related to the singer.
I didn't know about that last one.
Yeah, I'd heard about it before, but you know.
Urban legends don't live in ghost stories or creepy soundtracks. They thrive in gray spaces between what's in game and what players think is hidden beneath. For decades, rumors have swirled about secret characters, government plots, and sinister code buried in beloved titles. The myth of cursed cartridges. Long before digital downloads, physical cartridges and discs were the vessels of urban legends. Stories spread that of games that remembered you even after erasing save data, these cartridges that carried the misfortune of previous owners. Haunted copies of Pokemon Red, eerie glitches in old NES games, and of Curious, the infamous haunted cartridges like Bendrad all tapped into this idea. When your only evidence was what happened on your screen, how could you prove or disprove that your copy wasn't cursed?
Although, with how much we had to blow into the old Nintendo cartridges, are we really surprised that they would glitch out all the time?
Yeah, you weren't supposed to do that.
I know. Hey, it worked.
That's what people thought. The Konami Code and Hidden Secrets. On the lighter side, secrets like the Konami Code becoming almost mythical in their own right, first appearing in Gradius in 1986 and popularized in Contra, the famous up, up, down, left, right, BA select start, was more than just a cheat. It was a shared piece of whispered knowledge, like a digital incantation. It spread like folklore, past playground to playground, turning into a universal legend of gaming culture.
I think there's, in San Andreas, that's a cheat for like a helicopter or something.
Mortal Kombat's hidden characters. Rumors of mysterious figures like Ermac and Reptile spread quickly in arcades. Players whispered about impossible requirements, win streaks, flawless rounds, bizarre button inputs to unlock them. The wild part, some of these myths eventually became true. Developers leaned into the rumors, turning Ermac, originally short for Aero Macro, into a real character. It blurred the line between player-created legend and developer canon, showing how games could literally manifest myths. The World of Warcraft Corrupted Blood incident from 2005. While not exactly a legend, this unintentional in-game plague became the source of real-world conspiracies. A boss mechanic caused a disease to spread uncontrollably through WoW servers, killing thousands of characters and disrupting entire cities. Stories of griefers intentionally spreading the plague, secret cover-ups, and the Blizzard lack of control sparked debates about whether it was a glimpse into government pandemic simulations. Epidemiologists would even study the event to understand human behavior during outbreaks, cementing a what-if legend about video games as a mirrors of reality.
You know, some kids were throwing badass tantrums for that happening.
Oh, yeah. Well, I never played WoW, so I don't know what it's like when your character dies.
I played it for a little bit. I never really got super into it. When your character dies, you just get resurrected at a resurrection stone, which is in cities, and you have to go find your body or pay to have your body back, but you lose all your shit. So in a way, I think if you've spent a lot of hours and you've accumulated very specific items, it can be really tiresome because you have to go back and get them or lose them altogether. And that I could kind of understand. It's kind of like when you're playing a game and you put so much time into it, you know?
Yeah.
And especially the people who put money into it, which I never understood. I could understand it that way, but just having a full-on freak out over it is kind of silly to me.
Yeah. Hidden messages and ARGs. Modern games often play into the hunger for legends by deliberately inserting alternate reality game elements. Halo 2 included the famous I Love Bees campaign, where real-world phone calls and cryptic codes led fans to believe they were uncovering secrets beyond the game. Meanwhile, games like GTA San Andreas fueled conspiracies when in-game myths like Bigfoot sightings, which became so popular that Rockstar eventually included them in later titles, which began as rumors and doctored screenshots evolved into permanent fixtures into gaming folklore.
You talked about that one.
Yeah.
With the Halo 2, did you ever notice that? The I Love Bees thing with the phone calls and stuff, or no?
No.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
I figured you being the Halo aficionado of the two of us, you would know about that one.
I mean, I like the games, but like on the outside of stuff, not really. Like some of the marketing campaign stuff was good.
Yeah.
But like this I Love Bees thing, I've never heard of it.
Mm-mm. So, this constant interplay between developers, players, and myth making shows why urban legends thrive in gaming. Unlike movies or books, games invite exploration, and that means people are always looking for what's hidden just beyond reach. Now we're going to look into cursed or doomed games. Daikatana from 2000, John Romero, co-creator of Doom, hyped this game as his magnum opus. Its infamous marketing slogan, John Romero's about to make you his bitch, and endless delays gave it a reputation for being cursed before it even launched. When it finally released, it was broken, clunky, and considered one of the worst failures in gaming history. Fans and press alike started joking that the game was doomed by fate, cementing it as one of the industry's most ill-fated titles. Then you have E.T. the Extraterrestrial in 1982, often called the worst video game of all time. This rushed Atari tie-in flopped so badly that it was blamed for nearly collapsing the entire video game industry. The urban legend that millions of unsold cartridges were buried in a New Mexico landfill haunted the gaming world for decades until it was proven true in 2014 when a documentary crew unearthed them. For years, gamers treated ET like cursed treasure, proof that greed and hubris could doom a project. Next, we go into Taboo, The Sixth Sense in 1989, an obscure NES game from Rare, styled as a tarot fortune-telling simulator. Its ominous tone, cryptic imagery, and focus on predicting futures, often negative ones, fueled whispers that it was cursed. Rumors spread that players who received bad fortunes sometimes experienced misfortune in real life, making it feel like the Ouija board of gaming. Then you have Sad Satan from 2015. This one is wrapped in internet creepypasta. Supposedly discovered on the dark web, Sad Satan was described as a disturbing PC game featuring eerie corridors, distorted audio, and cryptic messages about child abuse and murder. While most evidence points to it being a hoax, its unsettling imagery and the mystery of its origin made people believe the game itself was dangerous or cursed to play.
Kill Switch in 1989. Urban legend about a non-existent PC game that supposedly deleted itself after being played once. According to the myth, Kill Switch followed a woman trapped in a coal mine with only one copy surviving that was never completed. The self-erasing mechanic gave the game a cursed, forbidden quality, turning it into one of the most famous lost games in folklore, even though no evidence of its existence has ever surfaced. Polybius again. While already covered as a legend born in arcades, some versions of the myth go deeper, suggesting the game was cursed, driving players mad and ensuring its disappearance. And it straddles the line between haunted and doomed, like a game never meant to exist in the first place.
With that one, what did you say earlier? Because I've covered most of what you said, but you said people were thinking it was a government thing.
It was a government, not like psyop or conspiracy theory, where it was like a very, very simple game, and people would play it, and the government used it to collect data for something. I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly.
I don't know. They be crossing people all the time.
I mean, from what I know, it was just an arcade cabinet that was all black. It said Polybius on the front, and that was kind of it.
Okay.
And like I said, it was a really simple video game.
Gotcha.
We're gonna switch over to the trivia part.
The fun part.
Urban legends in gaming prove one thing above all else: players crave the unknown.
Always.
Whether it's haunted cartridges, cursed objects, or conspiracies buried in code, video games provide the perfect canvas for myths to thrive. But beyond the big stories, the Lavenders, the Polybius cabinets, and Ben Drowned creepypasta, there are hundreds of smaller whispers, strange details, and odd bits of history that make gaming folklore so endlessly fascinating. So before we wrap up, let's dig in some of those fun, chilling trivia pieces that might just change the way you look at your favorite games. The Minus World in Super Mario Bros. In 1985, a glitch that created an endless water level that players called the Minus World. For years, some believed that it was a secret Nintendo didn't want anyone to find, feeding the myth that there were dozens of other hidden levels waiting to be unlocked. Animal Crossing's Dark Side from 2001 onward. While cozy on the surface, fans spread rumors that certain villagers' strange dialogue hinted at hidden codes, sinister experiments, or even government surveillance. This game's endless real-time cycle only added to the eeriness.
I want to add on that one. The reason that they say that is that there are certain characters in every single Animal Crossing game that are they mirror people in real life. So, for instance, you've got the gym bros. So you've got characters in there that are all about the gym. You've got some that are all about food, all about this, all about that. They mirror society, right? So every society has conspiracy theorists.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one, whether it's about the government, the weather, something, right? So there's always one or two in there that will have like a conspiracy side, and they will like randomly just say something silly. Like, have you ever thought about why the clouds look the way they look? Do you think that they're fake? Like, it'll try to break that fourth wall. And I think that that's what people are seeing as, oh, they're trying to break the fourth wall. They're going to tell you a secret, you know?
Like they're just digging too deep into something,
Mm-hmm.
like people normally do.
Yes, I think that's what it's talking. That's what I understood when I was researching that part. Because I did kind of look into it a little bit more, and that I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because every now and then they do say some off the wall shit. I'm not gonna lie, the little Animal Crossing creatures are weird. And they say some weird stuff. But honestly, I don't see anything bad about it, other than you have to pay a little raccoon to live in your house that you built for like the rest of your fucking time.
Yeah.
Okay. The Ghost Girl of Pokemon Fire, Red Leaf Green. From 2004. In the Lavender Towns remake, players discovered a mysterious girl who appears in one room, then vanishes with no explanation. Some swore she was tied to the original Lavender Town curse, while Nintendo never addressed her presence. Of course they wouldn't. World of Warcraft's Whispering Forest from 2010. Players stumbled upon a hidden grove filled with fairy-like creatures that performed strange rituals. No quest, no lore, no reason, just a mystery tucked away in the game's massive world, fueling speculation that it was either cut content or a secret meant only for those who stumbled across it. Tomb Raider's nude code in 1990s. For years, rumors spread that Lara Croft could be stripped naked with a secret cheat code. Magazines printed fake screenshots, and teenagers swore they unlocked it themselves. In truth, no such code ever existed. But the myth was so widespread it became an urban legend of all of its own.
Yeah, about that one. Yeah, in the game, if you actually inputted the code, all it would do was make Lara Croft explode.
Are you serious?
I'm being so serious.
That is so funny.
I think, the developers, I think they heard of it, and so, like, not the game that it originated from, but the next game, where people were going to try and do it again, where you put it in that code, and then Lara Croft would just explode.
That is so funny.
Mm-hmm. And it's the way of the developers being like, haha, y'all are stupid.
Y'all are being sneaky. It's not working. Urban legends thrive not just because they're scary or strange, but because they're shared. Just like campfire stories, gamers whispered these rumors in schoolyards, online forums, and late-night sleepovers. So what do urban legends in gaming really tell us? They remind us that the line between fiction and reality is thinner than we think. A glitch can become a myth, a marketing stunt can spiral into conspiracy, and a simple, creepy story can make players feel like their consoles are haunted. Video games didn't just inherit the tradition of urban legends, they became the campfires where new ones are born. And with that, thank you for joining us on this eerie dive into the world of gaming myths. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Dubby Energy, at dubby.gg. Our listeners get a special discount with code Echosofthepast with no spaces. And as always, we'd love to hear your favorite video game legends or personal creepy gaming stories. Send them our way. Our email is echosofthepast.pod@gmail.com.
But don't unplug just yet, because next time we're taking this podcast into full paranormal activity. First, we'll explore the people who claim to have worked with ghosts and demons, the real-life investigators behind hauntings and possessions, and then with the Conjuring film universe heating back up, we'll react to the new release and dive into the infamous case that inspired it. So keep your lights on, controllers charged, and minds open, because the next stories we're telling are more than just games. Thanks for wandering through history with us on Echoes of the Past.
If you liked what you heard, subscribe, rate us, and tell that one friend who still quotes fun facts at parties.
And remember, history may repeat itself,
but we promise not to.
See you in the next Echo.